Doamne Dumnezeule mare!
Imagine a not so distant future, you're in your self-driving car, and a split-second decision needs to be made, much like the one you've just witnessed. Does it A. Crash into the pedestrian, who admittedly shouldn't have been on the road? B. Swerve, saving the pedestrian, however causing danger to the driver, its passengers, and any oncoming traffic? So what is ethically aligned design? Ethically aligned design is basically the framework that ensures autonomous and intelligent systems prioritizing human well-being and ethical principles. So what are the ethical principles, you might ask? The first one is human rights. Human rights would be something like respecting dignity, privacy, and the freedom of the user. What time is it? The Siri doesn't respond. But if I say, hey Siri, what time is it? This respects the privacy of the user, as it only listens to a certain keyword, this being Hey Siri. The second general principle would be well-being. This is increasing the quality of life. A great example of this would be students using ChatGPT and other tools to understand and grasp tricky concepts. The third general principle would be accountability. This is bodies and organizations are held responsible for the outcomes and actions of the AI. A great example of this would be in 2018 when an Uber self-driving car struck and killed a pedestrian in Tampa, Arizona. The car was in autonomous mode with a safety driver behind the wheel, but the system failed to recognize the pedestrian in front of it, striking and killing the pedestrian on impact. Who is responsible? Is it the safety driver? Is it the Uber company? The AI developers? Well, the outcome was the safety driver was charged with negligent homicide. Uber faced lawsuits but no criminal damage. This incident led to stricter regulations for autonomous vehicle testing in the US. Even when AI decisions are made, there should always be a human or an organization held accountable and responsible for the actions. The fourth general principle would be transparency. This is so the decision-making process is really clear and understandable. To put it clearly, if we can't understand how the AI has got to a conclusion, can we really trust that conclusion? And finally, the fifth general principle is the awareness of misuse in AI. AI can have a lot of solutions, but it can also create a lot of problems. A very prevalent example of this going on is the deepfake technology that's currently circulating, where AI models are creating unwanted and harmful images to create blackmail, exploitation, and other such images. This can spread misinformation, manipulate public opinion, and open for fraud. Due to deepfakes getting so good, photographic evidence is becoming obsolete. Due to this, regulation and governance needs to be in place with strong policies, legal frameworks to control how AI technologies are deployed and create that for blackmail, spreading misinformation. The key takeaway from this is that AI's power requires responsibility. Awareness is simply the first step to prevention. AI's future isn't just about what we do, but it's about what we choose to do responsibly. Now that we've discussed these 5 general ethical principles, let's understand how these principles can connect to ethical traditions from all around the world. So when programming an AI system, we can program different kinds of ethics. Let's talk about Aristotelian ethics. These ethics focus on virtues like courage and wisdom. It's really emphasizing the development of a moral character. It's all about cultivating habits that lead to a flourishing life. Secondly, we have Kantian ethics. This is all about adhering to set rules regardless of consequences. These can be guided by universal laws like honesty and fairness. And now we have Ubuntu. Ubuntu emphasizes the interconnectedness and community. It's all about promoting a collective well-being over an individual gain. Of I am because we are reflects a deep sense of empathy, compassion, and shared humanity. Let's talk about Buddhist ethics and Buddhism itself. Well, it originates from Hinduism and is influenced by its philosophical traditions. In Hindu belief, Vishnu, the preserver of the universe, is to take on numerous different avatars, which symbolically align with Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. This is predating Darwin by thousands of years. His final avatar is that of an enlightened human, the Buddha. From these roots, Buddhism developed its own ethical framework, emphasizing compassion, mindfulness, and the reduction of suffering. While derived from Hindu thought, these values form the foundation of Buddhist practice and guide followers towards enlightenment. Understanding these diverse perspectives helps us embed values in our system that resonate globally around the world with people, not just technically.